Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb video, and in today's video we're going to look at my final team for the Gluttony Crusade raid boss. Now I did not get the highest score, but I'm pretty happy with what I came up with, and yeah, I just couldn't be bothered really to try to figure out what I'm missing, and I feel like I already min-maxed based off what I have, but maybe there's some sort of turn order I'm missing to get it to slightly higher, but yeah, it's inconsequential. So anyway, we'll quickly go over the units that I have first. So we got Kosgaard, Monica, Zhao Wu, Nei, number 5 is Mel, and then 6 we got Transcendent Illya, Meria, Angel Bolina, and finally Verir. Now there's a few nuances with this boss, so we'll go over those first. So first off, we are sacrificing these units at the front. Okay. Now you do need a little bit of HP on Verir, but the other two seem to be fine and survive the first attack. That's basically what you need. You need to survive the first attack, and then on the second round they all get sacrificed, right? And then I will trigger the EXs of your remaining support units. The reason why is because Meria, her buff lasts long enough that you don't need her to buff again. Technically, Kosgaard also lasts long enough, but I needed someone to attack first that's not Illya, right? I just found out it was doing more damage when Illya was moving after Mel. And usually I would rather have, what I would normally do is maybe swap this around and then maybe have Kosgaard moving at number 8. I'll just swap, obviously the numbers will change a bit there, right? And then have Illya attack first. That way Illya will have 0% crit chance at that point, and she won't screw up the overkill damage, right? Because if she randomly crits, that can screw it up, right? If you've planned around her not doing that. But I found that this was the highest I could do. I did try like different combinations, but yeah, this is what I found to work. And then we're going to have Mel doing the snapshot ability, right, with damage, and she'll almost kill the boss. You actually have to reduce her attack, otherwise she will overkill, right, with full buffs. So that's something I have to do. And then also I had to not use Verir as an actual damage dealer, right? Because this boss has 0 damage reduction. I mean, technically it's supposed to have this force field defense thing, which I still can't confirm what exactly it is. My guess was that it's fixed damage, but who knows? There's nothing in the game to explain what it actually does. But it seems like none of our damage is really getting reduced by it, and even a Verir with 0 attack but getting buffed by the other units does do a decent chunk of damage, right? And maybe what I needed to do was sort of balance the damage between Verir and Mel, but for this design, I basically tried to make Mel do as much snapshot damage as possible. My theory was that it's probably the best way to get the highest score, but I guess I was wrong. Who knows? But anyway, for that reason, I put Verir on number 9 so that she will attack at the end of the first round and apply her fragile debuff. And that's all I really want her to do, right? Because the other reason why I don't want her to attack is because even with 0 damage caused, she actually has a natural crit chance of 25%. And again, similar to how I ideally don't want Illya to get buffed before she gets her attack off. Verir, even with 0 cause, I guess I could balance it around her having 2 crit chance cause, but that doesn't get her to 100% either, right? It will get her close, but I hate having random chance in my runs. So for that reason, I'm getting her to do 0 damage on the first round, and then she'll get sacrificed before she can do anything else. Alright, and then I think the rest is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to buff the 2 DPS. Mel will chunk the boss down and then apply the marks, like there's 2 marks from her, and then Bolina will do the overkill damage and kill the boss off. So I'll just play, and then I'll show you the run in action. We'll speed up a little bit at the front, and then we'll slow it down during round 2. Because you see that the only thing that's interesting happening on round 1 is that I survived the first attack, and nothing else really happens because the boss is in defense mode. And then in round 2, it will switch to attack mode, and that's when you can actually deal damage to it. And now Meria's done her job; she's buffed up, right? And then we do no damage there, of course. And then Verir applies her debuff. So now I'm gonna slow it down for round 2, and I'm gonna pause it once some of the units get buffed up. So now we got Kosgaard attacking, and then we're gonna sacrifice these units, right? Now that we have a couple units dead, we can now trigger the EX for Monica, Zhao Wu, and Nei. And I'll pause once Mel is about to get her turn, and then now you can see her stats, right? So she's got actually this is, I think maybe something went wrong here. Okay, there we go. Maybe I think it wasn't quite refreshed because the crit chance is meant to be this amount, right? So I think maybe I just needed to wait another second or so. But yeah, max crit chance. Attack is slightly is lower than what she normally would have because I had to balance the damage. Otherwise, you can see here it's already almost killing it, right? So if I give her any more attack, she will overkill. Now we've got Illya attacking. You can see here that she is running on 84% crit chance. And that's because she actually gains the buff from Nei, right? Which is this one here. She gains some crit chance. And normally with Illya, I usually make her move first, and then she buffs with 0 crit chance. But from my findings, I found out it was better to snapshot Mel without Ilya's buff. I can't explain why, but it just happened to work out that way. And then to sort of counteract this, I gave her 2 crit chance cores, like maxed ones, which gives her an extra 60% crit chance, right? So 60% plus the 24% from Nei gets us to 84%. Then I balanced the team around assuming that she's going to crit, right? Of course, if she doesn't crit, it will lower the damage, but I figured there's only a 16% chance of that happening. I'd rather, in the event that she gets the bad RNG, we still kill the boss with a slightly lower damage, but make sure that it doesn't get screw over Bolina's overkill. Because if I do it the other way, where I give her as little crit chance as possible, it means that she's going to have a 24% chance of screwing up and overkilling the boss before Bolina gets to attack. And I didn't want to adjust my Mel's damage any further. It's a very annoying thing to sort of finesse. So I left it alone, right? So that is Illya. Then Bolina is just very standard, like max attack to max crit damage, and then she's going to overkill the boss. And then you'll see that the damage will also go up once more with the pop damage there, up to whatever that number is. I think it's 10 mil. Alright, so this is actually slightly more than probably the thumbnail, but it's roughly around this. It's like slightly less sometimes, right? It just depends on the RNG of Illya. And then times 3, we get the 17.5 mil damage total. So that is the team for this boss. Hope that was insightful. I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.